Hey, welcome to 52 Masters. In this very special episode, we get to learn Lua, the ancient martial art of the Hawaiians. Even cooler than that, I get to play with some of the weapons. And even cooler than that, I get to learn it from my great friend and true warrior, Kumu Michelle Manu, who is a student of the great Grandmaster Solomon Kaihewalu. That being said, let's get to training. I am 51 years old. I've been a practitioner of Okinawan Shorin-ryu karate since I was 7. There was some who would call me a master. I assure you, I am not. I believe that the true expert is someone who still has a student's heart and a beginner's mind. This year, to celebrate turning 52, I'm setting out to learn from 52 other disciplines, each from its own master. Some things I've tried before, others I'm a first-day beginner like anyone else. 52 weeks, 52 new skills. Christopher Ford, and this is 52 Masters.
Watch your head, no bouncing, please. Ladies, I want this and up. This and up. Men, left and up. Left and up. I'm gonna switch to an elbow. Watch my feet. Keep the arms. No bouncing. if you take away the weapon, you should still be able to do it from here. So if she comes in, and I'm going to block. So bear, dolphin. Okay, so the kids, so it's not this, it's the bone, and it's not that. So it's straight from where you are. This is a bear, dolphin. Okay, from here I need to slide down. Don't lift it up, off. As soon as this hits, I want you to shift. You never lose contact. Here, this is where this happens. Here, up, straight to his eyes. Okay, so now I want to go inside. So same thing. I want to hit anything I can. I want to shoot up. Okay. Hit your 4. Now make sure you don't try to get there. It's really complicated. So even the weapon. So I can use this now as my lever. So I'm not out here. I'm close. And I'm fighting. Same time. Hit a split. Straight down. Same thing. Open up. The closer you are, the more powerful you are. Thank you. That's the pit. That's the circle.
Well, we survived the lesson. So let us toast. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this experience. This has been, just a great lesson, and I appreciate you being part of this journey of 52 Masters.
Wow, it's my honor. Thank you.
These weapons, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about them. These were actually handmade by your teacher.
That's correct.
Olohe Kaihewalu.
Yes.
Okay, so.
So this is a Leo Manu. The teeth are faced downward, outward, so that you can strike and slice in different movements. It's modeled after the hand.
Okay.
These parts are obviously used to hit as well as to trap and pull in. So kind of like our human hand here.
Okay.
Hit and pull in. This, of course, to hit again, and this is for the trapping. So this is the Leo Manu.
Thank you. Wow. Do you remember how long ago he made this?
This was, I think, given to me in 1999.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this one is Ku'eku'e. This was carried by the older warriors and also the warriors that were injured. This would be used to walk through the battlefield and finish off the remaining warriors that were laying there injured.
Okay.
So you'd have kind of a cleanup crew that would come through. Pahi, so for stabbing, you can hold it like this, or you can hold it where the pahi is concealed. Either way, we hold all our weapons without any digits sticking out, so it's as if there's a fist, whether we're holding it or not. So again, shark teeth are facing out. So we bust with this, and then the slice will happen. We never actually, you'll see some other arts punch with the shark teeth, but that would break them. So that's the Ku'eku'e, also made by Olohe Solomon Kaihewalu.
These are, I can see that there's some battle wear on this one, but,
Yeah.
but they're still in very good condition, which I guess is a testament to the maker, and they're very well made.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the weight distribution, density.
Interesting. Question. You mentioned the strangling.
Yes,
tool.
the ka'ane.
This is beautiful. It doesn't look like much. My Olohe didn't teach this as a projectile, but it very much was, because this was one of the favorite weapons of the ancient women. They were also proficient in the handheld. We're going to use it today almost like a poi ball. We're going to learn the weight of it. Okay, we're going to learn it side to side. We're going to learn it in front of us like a propeller. And I want you to, this is what I teach in the women's class with a belt, and I know you have a belt on. Wearing a belt, undoing it, flicking it out, learning momentum. It's just like the poi that you see, right? When the poi dancers dance, it's the same thing. So I want you to go ahead and get some space where you can go ahead and twirl. And just get the weight of it, feel your breath, don't hold your breath. It's not the full arm, it's just the wrist.
There's an interesting history behind it, because you mentioned that in history, the last time that was displayed publicly was by the Queen, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So could you tell us a little bit more about that and why it was banned?
Yeah, quickly, this is the ka'ane. So if you stretch this out twice as long, so you make it now 12 feet doubled. This is 6 feet doubled when we make it. Usually it's almost looks like a tree bark. Roots, so very jagged. The women were extremely proficient in the pikoi. It's P-I-K-O-I. This is the ka'ane. So even with warriors in full stride coming down the mountain or coming up the mountain, very determined, the women were so proficient in throwing these tripping cords that they would actually tie up a warrior's legs and enough time to jump out of a tree or come out of the brush and actually finish off the male warriors. So there was a time where the queen was hosting the visitors and they were doing a public display of the lua, and so literally battling it out, hand-to-hand weaponry. And the last weapon to be shown was the pikoi and the ka'ane. And apparently by the gasps and the response of the visitors, she stood and publicly declared that there will be no more public display of lua ever. And so this weapon, because it's so significant to the divine feminine in the culture, but also the queen herself saying that that's no more, we're too brutal, we're offending our visitors, is just to me is significant to show this weapon and show the proficiency of it, especially being a woman.
But there aren't very many women who do exactly what you do. It's still predominantly men.
Yes, that's true. I think it's because I think part of the kingdom isn't ready to hear all of the history that has been lost or burned or conveniently banned in its own right.
Sure.
Well, you know, it's interesting when you have history where it's told from a dominant masculine side, because the visitors were the scholars writing about us, they had their place for the feminine, but it didn't match our perfect culture of the duties in which the masculine had and the feminine had. So we lost that. I do hear, I actually just got a message the other day from another author on Oahu, and he asked if it's true about the rumor there's an all wahine pa school on Oahu, and so I wrote to another Olohe and asked him, because that rumor had been floating around, but no, there's no such thing. There were a couple classes, but there is no all-women's pa for warriors at this time.
I'm going to draw my energy now and whip it back up. It's everything's coming full. Okay, from here I'm going to shift. Notice I'm not coming up, I'm not bouncing. Here, shifting. I want to stay close here. I want to feel. In case she tries to come back, I want to have something here. I'm going to shoot through the ribs, just a little bit of a ribs. Okay, here, here. And as soon as I rip, and this is not to kill somebody. People say, oh, it doesn't work on the street. I just want to puncture a little bit of her skin. If I can go through 1 or 2 ribs, that's great too. So this is the, okay. Here, right on the other side, there is no room. That's flesh right in here. So I'm not out here. Flesh and flesh. As I rip this out, I'm going to do a straight-legged kick with my shin, not my foot. Before my foot lands, to her head.
When we were training, I found this to be true when I get a chance to learn other arts, and it's oftentimes the difficult thing is the fundamentals, even though there are similarities. When I went to go train with Amen Santos, Mestre Amen Santos in Capoeira, gosh, that was a workout. I mean, so much fun, but
Different movements.
yeah, different muscles, and I mean, great energy, great art, and for 3 days, I'm just limping around, and, and I'm like going, okay, 51 more to go, I'm never going to be able to survive this, But, the same thing when I was, training with you. And even though it's a very short time, I'm like, there's the fundamentals, but it works things that you're not used to working. Not only from the toes to the knees to the hips to the top of my head, but also I found myself experiencing other emotional things. It was bringing up evoking certain emotions. What is your, as my teacher, in this for the last few hours, give me your take on that, and am I okay? Is this just what every beginner goes through?
Oh, of course. It's like, other masters that you're spending time with, these are different movements, so the body's kind of like, what? But it's still physics.
Yeah.
And yet something feels so natural, but yet unnatural about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. The body represents the family in the kingdom, and in the Maoli ways. And so, the man is the waist down, the woman is from the waist up, and the arms are the kids, and the grandkids are the fingers. And so everyone has their job, and yet you're accessing ancestry as well. So I give you an example. My niece, who just, she's a beautiful young lady, and everyone has their stuff. There's stuff they're working through and pain from the past. And so she started taking up surfing, and she's from Wisconsin, so it's nowhere near the ocean, right? Okay. So she took up surfing, and she just said, Auntie, I had the worst day. I don't know what's wrong with me. I cannot get up on the board today. And I said, this is the problem. Just breathe and become one with the water like your ancestry. So instead of making it a sport and you got to pop up and boom, you're not in a surfing contest. You're out there to become one with the moana, the ocean. That is really you hear it all the time, and I know we sound woo-woo, your energy, and we're just having a human experience, but it's the truth. Water is the only substance that we're able to actually see that energy show itself. It's not the movement of the water, it's the energy, So to become part of that is part of Lua, to embrace nature, to not come in and bulldoze everything. And, we're talking about coyote issues, and, well, we developed in their area. What do you think is going to happen? Give consideration to that as outside yourself, because actually that is part of you. And so it's asking for permission from the guardians of the land, sea, and the air when you're arriving to an area, asking them to work with your ancestry and your guardian team to be able to do what it is you've been brought here to do. Also, likewise, when you're training. This is not about what we can see and touch. It starts in the intangible before it becomes tangible. Just like a thought is a thing. That becomes something.
Yeah, that's become things. Yeah.
That's the body mechanics, getting them to all talk, getting them to all move, not being so critical on ourselves. Feel it, be it, become it, own it. That's the rule for me. Every time I try to be something other than I just am at this specific moment in time, I screw up. I'm less than. I ultimately am disappointed in myself. But see, if we realize it's not really ourselves, we're accessing something else, and that's coming through us. We're always enough. We're always enough.
Your grandsons, how old are they now?
Oh, they'll be 3 this month.
Okay. They look like they are rascals. Yeah. Do you think that they're going to be exploring martial arts?
Well, they do already with Tutu.
Okay.
So I'll hold them, and then we do punches and combinations, and they just laugh and punch the whole time. And then, one will wail this huge ball across the room, and we'll go boom, and it's just so great. There's ball playing in my house.
Well, I'm very anxious to see where those two are going to end up. There's just, you can just see them now, and you're just like, okay, let me just check these guys out in a couple years and see where they're at, and I can just kind of almost look into the future and go, wow, there's Kumu Michelle Manu's grandkids, and they're just beasts,
I hope so. I hope they keep that love for life, that excitement. They just love experiencing everything, whether it's cracking their head after jumping off the couch, free falling. They just love everything.
Yeah, as it should be. Yeah, that's terrific. I want to thank you for, spending time with me. Thank you for your patience, taking on me, to learn this sacred art. And, I appreciate it, even though I'm not coming to you as a dedicated person who's going to be like doing this for the rest of my life, maybe not, right? But, just allowing me to sample this and to share it with everybody else is a huge gift to me and to everybody else. And, I can't thank you enough for that. And I've just enjoyed my time so much with you, and I'm really, really excited to see where you're going to go with this. And I want to, check in with you periodically and see, where we are a year from now, and with you, and with this 52 Masters project. This is kind of an ambitious project, but I think it's been a ton of fun and so educational. So thank you again, Kumu. Mahalo nui lua. Thank you. And this has been 52 Masters. I'm William Ford. We've been with the wonderful Kumu Michelle Manu, and we'll see you next time.